Hello everybody, a very warm welcome back to MEC-TEC. We're in the wilds of Norfolk, as you can probably tell, and it is absolutely freezing. I've got my Christmas jumper on, and braving the cold to try and get you a little video out between Christmas and New Year. And I thought, what better time to do a fleet update than now? It's been pretty much exactly a year since I did the last fleet update. Where this year has gone, I do not know. It's been mega busy, as you can probably imagine, with the house move and getting everything sorted out and this, that and the other. So unfortunately, a lot of cars and projects have been left to gather dust and not get a lot done on them. Working cars included up here as well. So I'm going to grab the camera, we'll have a little walk around, and I will show you exactly what we've got, what needs doing, and hopefully what to expect in the coming year in 2025. I'm going to try and get a lot of these cars finished, put back on the road and working again, so we can move on to newer projects and things like that. So I haven't got any newer projects yet, but I'm sure I'll be able to find one if we get all this lot sorted out here. So let me grab the camera and we'll have a little walk around. Okay, starting off in the main garage. This is my dad's Granada Scorpio estate, 2.9 EFI. It has now got a current MOT on it. It passed not that long ago. Unfortunately, the battery has died in it, and Dad had to borrow the battery out of the Capri to put in this to take it down to the garage. So we have got a new battery to go in there, which we probably will be fitting in this video. Give you a quick overview of how to fit a battery in a Scorpio. It is more of a faff than some cars because there's covers and bits and bobs you have to take off. But yeah, this is all on the road now. It's going to be Dad's sort of backup daily driver, if you like, because now the Mini Cooper is gone. He's going to go back to using the Granada Scorpio again. It is locked at the moment, unfortunately, so I can't show you inside it, but obviously if you've seen this car before on the channel, you'll know all about it. There you go, that's the back end. My dad's into amateur radio, as you can see by all the stickers on it. So there we go, that's the Scorpio. Now, moving on to the main daily driver up here, which is my stepmum's Focus. This is the car you would have seen me and the girls do a service on a few videos back. This is absolutely faultless. It is the go-to daily. This is a 2005 car, so it's quite an early Mark II, 1.6 gear. Little side note of something that's on the earlier car, or not on the earlier cars, it's on the later cars. On the later cars, they all had a plastic trim that ran right the way down the sill. The earlier cars did not have that for whatever reason, don't know why. And obviously because this is the first year of production of the Mark II, it hasn't got those sill trims on, but this is all working fine. It's on 50 odd thousand miles. It's very low mileage for the age of it. The Scorpio, I think it's on 100 and I'm not sure what it's on actually. I can't see in there at the moment, but I'll put on the screen what the Scorpio is on mileage wise, so you can know what mileage that is on. So there's the Focus. Right, moving on, we have got the old DeLorean. It's been sitting here languishing in this garage since March this year now. Hasn't been touched, started or anything. It was supposed to be used in October, and unfortunately when I got up here to Norfolk I left the keys in Essex. So I couldn't use it, and the Capri had to come to the rescue, and I took the Capri to the DeLorean meet instead. You can see there's a box on the back of the car there. That is for the, it's actually got a replacement clock inside there, which my friend Nick has rebuilt for me. We're using original components, so I'm going to have a working digital clock inside the dashboard again, or the centre console I should say. Let me just flip the cover up and I'll show you what I mean, just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about if you don't know what the clock is like in a DeLorean. 2 seconds, I'm just putting the light on for you so you can see a little bit better. Right, in there you can see there's a hole in front of the gear stick. That is where the clock lives. And also I need to replace the radio in here because that has stopped working as well. CD player finally gave up. As you can see, it is on a battery tender, so hopefully it will start if we try it. I'm not going to try it today, but yeah, so there's the DeLorean. It hasn't moved, as I say, since March of this year, which is a bit sad, but hopefully we're going to be able to get it back out of the garage in 2025 and get it used and moving again. Going round to this side, we've got my first car I've ever owned. I've had this car since I was 15. It's a Mark II Fiesta Gear 1.1 in Caspian blue, as you can see there. This is currently out of MOT. It ran out probably, well, when the last video was that I did an MOT on it is when it last had an MOT, so it's probably a couple of years ago now. It hasn't moved since, which is a real shame, but this does become tax exempt and MOT exempt as of April 2025. So hopefully I'll get it on the road this year and it'll be usable again. It does need a new battery. Battery is now completely clapped out on it, and it does need new tyres on there because those tyres have been on there for many years and they are rock hard and need replacing. So that is that car there. Just give you an idea of mileage on this. It's 129,000 miles on this one, on the Fiesta, which is quite a lot for a little 1.1 engine really when you think about it. But I drove the wheels off this car when I first had it, so you can imagine, first car, it was going everywhere with me. Just to give you an idea, let me put the light on again for you. The DeLorean is on 78,700, so that's quite high mileage for a DeLorean really. A lot of DeLorean owners, when they find DeLoreans and whatever, they've only got very low mileage, sort of under 30,000 on them, a lot of them, because they were used for a few years and then not used for a hell of a long time. So my one is one of the few that has been used a fair bit. So there's the cars in the main garage. I'll just have a quick walk down the driveway. We've got Mrs. MEC-TEC's Grand C-Max down here, a family wagon if you like. This has been performing faultlessly. Well, I say actually no, that's not true. It's not been performing totally faultlessly. It's on 51,000 miles now. It does need a service, and it also does need an oil pressure solenoid. When you really give it a boot full, it don't like it. It puts it into limp mode because it thinks it's losing oil pressure, even though it's not. And we need to sort that out, because otherwise obviously it lacks in power and you have to switch the car off, switch it back on again before it will sort itself out. So it does need an oil pressure solenoid on this one, and obviously that will hopefully sort that out along with the service. So that is going to be coming up in the not too distant future to sort that out as well. Right, I'm going to walk down to the front garage and I will show you what we've got lurking down there and what the cars need. Right, we're down to the front garage and we've got down here the Capri and my dad's Triumph Dolomite 1850 Auto. Now the Capri is actually on the road, MOT'd. It doesn't need anything in particular at the moment. We are just going to fit that battery back in it in a minute, which you've seen me do before. So I'll whip that back in a minute. But the Capri is all hunky-dory and on the road, but it does really need some tyres. The tyres on it are incredibly old. In fact, the back ones are so old they haven't even got a date code on them. So yeah, that does need definitely need tyres on that one. But you would have seen obviously the Capri before. If you're new to the channel, it is an 85 2.8 injection special, and it's got 70 something. Let me just check. Hang on a second, I will put the light on for you so you can see. Hopefully, or I can see. It's done. I know you can't see it on camera very well, but it's 72,845 miles is what it has done. So that is a pretty low mileage car for one of these. Original front wings on it still, and mostly original paint, panel work I should say. I think it's been painted at some point in the past, but it is a really nice car. Looks like the tyres might want a bit of air in them, but other than that it should be okay. Now moving on to the Dolomite. The Dolomite has been a bit of a problem child this year. Looks like you've been driving it in the mud, Dad.
Yeah.
it's got all mud up the side of it. Dad has been using it, but it has been a bit of a problem child, this car. Now you would have seen earlier in the year we did a video on this and we replaced the distributor, coil, ballast resistor, all sorts of things we changed on this, and basically we've had to change, or my dad's had to change it all back because it was just not having any of it. So now we've actually got a, what is that, AccuSpark coil, a 12 volt coil, because it was losing 12 volts when you was cranking it. That's right, isn't it?
It was a 6 volt coil.
It was a 6 volt coil, and the ballast resistor or whatever wasn't doing what it should have been doing, and it was losing the power to allow it to start. The electric fuel pump that we fitted, which was an Edelbrock electric fuel pump, we actually ended up sending back because it packed up literally about a week after we fitted it, it was having none of it and decided it wasn't going to work anymore. I think then we went back to the original electric pump, which then packed up as well.
Yeah.
And it's now running a mechanical pump. Is that right?
Electric again.
Oh, it's running electric again.
You can see it down there, if you look down the other side.
Okay, let me have a little.
With a fuel filter on it as well.
Let me have a little walk around. Dad's fitted another electric pump on this now. Oh yeah, I see down there. So we've got another electric fuel pump on there now, which is the same style that was on it originally, with a fuel filter, and it is still having problems starting up. So we don't really know what the hell's going on with it at the moment, but it is being a bit of a problem child, as I say. So this one does need a little bit of love at the moment as far as getting it to start again is concerned. I think we filmed putting a new starter motor in this, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's got the high torque starter motor in it now as well, which is working absolutely lovely. We put a little shim in it because it wasn't it was catching slightly when you let off the key, but that side of it is working fine now. It's just the actual running of it. So we're thinking now it's probably going to be the carburetors that are gummed up because it hasn't been used for a long while, or hadn't been used for a long while, and they've obviously got a bit gummed up inside. So that is going to be a job for when it gets a little bit warmer, and we can sort that out. So that is the Dolomite at the moment. Unfortunately not on the road as such. I mean, it is on the road as far as being legal is concerned, but it's not on the road because of issues with that fuel system and all that sort of thing. So there we go. Right, let's quickly get set up on the Capri. We'll stick a new battery on stick the battery back on the Capri, and then that'll be up and running again and ready to be used when the weather gets a little bit better. Right, there we go. Battery is back in the Capri on charge as well. It is already charged. It's fully charged. I've got a little trickle charger down there on the floor. It's one clamp on this down the side there. You can't really see it very well. I'll tell you what, hang on a second. Let me zoom you out. And there we go. You can see the clamp down there with one bolt in it. There you go. It's focused on there nicely. It's very easy to fit on this. And then obviously then the two battery connections on the top. So that is all back in and on charge, ready to use when the show season starts again and the nice weather gets here. So to change the battery on the Granada, it's a little bit of a faff, but not too bad. You have to remove this rubber off the top there like that, and then you've got 3 thumb screws in here which come off. Luckily where this car's been in undercover, it's not rusty or anything like that, so that's good. And the thumb the thumb screws still come undone. All right. So that one down there, it's on the aircon pipe, a bit of a fiddly one. This one there. At the moment, this has got the battery off the Capri on it because Dad needed to use it and borrowed the Capri battery. Right, this one's pops out of there. Somehow or another. It's catching on.
It's fairly tight.
Go that way a little bit. There we go. Right, that's that out. And we've got a clamp on the top there, which is 2 10mm. Got that, have you?
I think that's a 10mm, yeah.
I've got the tools on hand for me, good to it. And go. Right. And then there's obviously the battery terminals themselves, which hopefully are 10mm too. Yep. Now this does have, from original, a flat post battery, which Ford did during the 90s, but they can't get those anymore. So we've got the post converters on them, which connect all the bits onto a ring terminal, or a round post terminal I should say, so that it fits onto a more modern style battery. Right, that's that one out. Now this one's got to go back in the Capri.
Now you might have to go in sideways with that longer one.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got it out.
Yeah, it's a bit tight in there, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's a bit tight in there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remnants of something in here. It's like the label off the old battery by the looks of it. The mouse have eaten it. Alright, which way has it got to go?
Yeah. The terminals to the front.
Positives right, yeah.
Yeah, terminals to the front, that's it, yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a fiddle because it's
Do you want me to hold anything?
longer. Might be alright. Battery lamp underneath it. There we go. Get there. It's got like a little ledge around the bottom of it. You have to sort of slot it in the tray.
That's it. You want to slide it right to the right. That's it. And there's the clamp. You should be able to get this clamp in it. It's the same size.
Oh, there's another clamp that you didn't put in, is there?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't fit because the battery was too short.
Oh, I see, yeah. Thanks. Right, so we've got an extra clamp there which goes on the side. Looks like another 10mm, so that's alright. I can see the hole in there, yeah. That clamps it down at the bottom, and then you've got the bracket that goes over the top as well for extra security.
Draining all right?
So we'll get the thread started. There it goes. A little bit skew with.
It's a bit like the all 10mm, isn't it?
Yeah, you got another extension.
Let's try that.
That's it, perfect. Talk about prepared. Could be disprepared in all my videos.
Because I left them all out when I took it off
Oh yeah.
a couple of months ago.
Yeah, a little while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. We need that bracket back again.
Oh no, it might be different size.
No, it's not.
Is it?
That's just undone, didn't I?
I wish you did. I can write a date on it again, I've done it again.
Okay. Different design, isn't it?
What's that red wire going underneath there? The bit you're doing now
Where's
is...
it going?
Oh, it's okay, it's right, okay. So that's well down, nowhere near the bonnet.
Yeah. Got a plastic cover over it, shouldn't it, anyway, really? But
Well, I've got a plastic cover, but the trouble is, it bends it too much. It's
well, it's because that's on it.
yeah, probably.
That wasn't on it.
I don't know. You can just lay it. All I normally do is just lay it on the top. It can't fall anywhere.
Yeah, that's the only reason that don't fit is because of that funny terminal.
Yeah. That's it. That'll do.
Put it down the other end then.
That's all right.
There we go. Battery complete. Want to see if it works? Lovely. Engine sounds nice.
I'll do it. That started easy, didn't it?
Yeah. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah.
Right, by the magic of editing, we're now back in Essex at MEC-TEC HQ, and I'm standing in front of my Reliant Supervan 3. Now, just a little bit of background on this. This is a project which I actually started in 2019, and it was long before I started YouTube, and it has been going on for that long, and it keeps getting put back and put back and put back because I keep getting other projects. This one needs to be finished this year. Reasons for that will become clear later on in the year, but it does need to be finished off. Now, common misconception with the Only Fools and Horses van, which is what this is, a lot of people call it a Robin Reliant. I'm quoting that in speech marks. That's like calling a Fiesta Ford. It's not a Reliant Robin either. That's the wrong model too. This is a Reliant Supervan based on a Reliant Regal. They did a saloon version of the Regal too, which had a very similar back to the Ford Anglia. It looked very similar to that, but this is the van version, the Supervan, and it's got the same front end as a Reliant Regal. So just to clear up any confusion of the model, that is what this is, not a Robin Reliant or a Reliant Robin, as you should say it. It is a Reliant Supervan 3. So this needs to be finished this year. It's going to be my homage to Only Fools and Horses, but it is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be what I've dubbed the Millionaire Edition. It's going to have a few changes and upgrades to the original van, and hopefully it's kind of like my sort of thought process of what Del Boy would have done once he was a millionaire and done all the van up. So this needs to be finished this year, so hopefully we'll be getting back on this project once the Lotus is sorted out. So while we're on the subject of the Lotus, let's open this door up, and there is the Lotus sitting there. Now, you will have noticed, if you watched it, the last video is turned round now, and the engine is in pieces there. So that was the end of the last video. I haven't managed to do any more to it since because of Christmas and everything else. But this is the Lotus XL project that was sitting for 23 years. I've finally obviously got a bit of progress now with engine parts, and I have actually got, where are they? Somewhere in here. Where have I put the box? Ah, there they are. I've got a brand spanking new set of liners in there. So that is the first parts I've got for the engine rebuild that's going to obviously go towards making that run again. So once this is all back in together and running, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this on the road and then crack on with the bodywork on that. That is the plan. Right, moving on. Got the old black cab, my work vehicle. Now, this has been putting in some serious miles. I think I've done about 15,000 miles in it since we moved, which is about 4.5 months ago. So it's been putting in some mega miles. I have got to have a cam belt, or I'm not going to do it because I don't want to cock it up, but it's going to have a cam belt service on it in the not too distant future. It also needs, all 4 shock absorbers need changing. They've had it, they've started to rattle. And what else? Oh, it's got a drawer on the battery, which I need to sort out because it is killing batteries. It's actually got a battery out of the Puma at the moment because it's killed the other battery again. I don't know whether it's the battery that's gone faulty or whether it's the car or the cab that's killing the battery. So that needs sorted out too. So we are going to get a few more videos on the old cab in the not too distant future, probably doing shock absorbers and finding out where that drawer is coming from. Next to that, as you can see, is the old C1. Now, this has been performing absolutely perfectly. It passed its MOT about a month or so ago with flying colours, no advisories at all, and it has been the go-to car for everyday use, especially now the weather's getting a bit manky. Yeah, this has been the school run car and everything else car for me. It is mega reliable, really, really good, cheap to run, all the rest of it, and it looks pretty cool as well, I think. So that is the little C1. This is probably the only car that I've got that doesn't actually need anything doing to it at the moment, which is absolutely mega, really, when you consider it's probably the cheap one. It's definitely the cheapest car out of all of them. So the LC1 is not to report on that. That is obviously performing because it's a Toyota underneath. It's performing it as a Toyota should. Now, moving on to the final vehicle. You will have already seen Mrs. MEC-TEC's C-Max earlier in the video. But the old Puma is sitting right here at the side, the front of the house. It has now not got a battery on it because I've nicked that off for the cab temporarily. However, I have got problems with the old Puma. It started not starting very easily. You had to prime the fuel pump twice to get it to start, and then I had a lack of power, and then I had a horrible eggy smell as if the catalytic converter was going, which was either the catalytic converter or the fact it was not getting enough fuel. It was running very lean, and I went to it the other day to try and start it up, and now it will not start at all. So something is seriously wrong with the Puma. Not seriously wrong, but something's wrong with the Puma. It won't start. It turns over but will not start, so there's a fuel issue somewhere along the line. I have changed the fuel filter on it. You will see that in the Puma video when I release it. It was absolutely disgusting inside, and I don't know whether it was the fuel or whether it was the filter breaking down or what have you, but it wasn't good. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a load of muck in that tank that is going to be probably sucked up into the pickup filter, and is not allowing fuel to pass through where it should do. So it looks like we're going to have the fuel tank back out on the old Puma, and hopefully we'll get that back on the road again, because that is my only vehicle that I used to tow with. Somehow or another, it managed to tow the Lotus here, it managed to tow the three-wheeled van here, it managed to tow my old mate Dan's mini home, it managed to tow my 8x10, sorry, what size is it? 14 by 8 shed home, 14 by 10 shed home on the back of it. It has done mega amounts of work, but it has taken its toll, unfortunately. So, yeah, the old Puma needs a bit of help. I think that is all the cars on the channel. I think that's all of them. The old trailer's sitting there. That obviously doesn't need anything because that's just a wooden trailer. One indicator, not working on that. Don't know why. It's not the bulb. I've changed the bulb. So even that needs something doing to it. So literally got everything that needs doing to it at the moment. So there we go. It's one of those things, unfortunately. But that is the fleet update. All of them present and correct as such. Spread between 2 locations. And everything needs work, and I haven't got enough time in the day. Right then, that is the full 2024 fleet update complete. And basically, to sum it all up, everything is broken. The DeLorean needs the clock and the radio fitted. It also needs a new seat cover on the driver's side seat fitted, which I've got a second-hand one of somewhere over there. There it is, which I need to fit. The Fiesta needs a battery and tyres. The Granada's okay at the moment. That's Dad's Granada. It's just passed the MOT and it is fine. It's now got a new battery, as you would have seen. So that's sorted, but technically not my car. So obviously that can't be really counted. Everything I own is still broken. Mrs. MEC-TEC's car needs a full service and that oil pressure solenoid sorting out. The Capri needs a new set of tyres. And the Triumph Dolomite, Dad's Triumph Dolomite, needs the fuel system sorting out because that is not currently starting at the moment. So those all need work apart from the Granada. The three-wheel van, super van, needs finishing, so that's obviously ongoing. The Lotus needs the engine rebuilding, so that's ongoing. The cab needs the shock absorbers, the battery drawer and the cam belt doing, and it also needs some body work doing before the overhaul at the end of January doing. The C1 is problem free, touch wood. Where's some wood? Don't know, wood, there we go. At the moment the C1 is trouble free, and the old Puma is not well, it will not start. So everything pretty much that I own at least needs work apart from the C1. So that is a bit of a list that I've got to be going on with. I think that's going to take me a while to get through all that, but there we go. It is what it is. There is your full fleet update. I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you have a very happy new year too. Remember, if you do like any of the cars that you've seen in this video, there are various videos and playlists on the channel of all the cars. So if you want to have a little look through my back catalogue, you will see all the different cars on there in their various stages of repair and restoration and all the rest of it. There are other cars and motorbikes, one motorbike at least, on the channel as well if you want to look at the back catalogue. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you have a look back. I've got well over 150 videos on the channel now, going back over the last couple of years, 3 years now. There is hopefully something for everybody with a bit of luck. As long as you can put up with listening to me, you'll be doing all right. So remember, do those 4 things for me: like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. It's all free. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it really, really helps me out on the channel, and it would be absolutely marvellous if you could do that for me. All that's left for me to say again is Happy New Year, and if you want to join me soon for more automotive adventures, I will see you again very, very soon. Cheers, guys.